Hey guys, Louis here, and in today's video I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about learning Japanese using Netflix. So I'm going to show you how to learn Japanese using Netflix. And essentially, if you're new to this channel, my name is Louis, and I've learned Japanese to the point where I can have fluent conversations, but I've also applied the same language learning techniques to learn English, for example, which I'm speaking to you in English right now. My native language is French. So, I hope you'll agree that there is, to some extent, my methods are, somewhat effective. So there is something very wrong about the way that the method that most people use to learn languages, to learn Japanese with Netflix. And, most people would do something like this. You would install a Chrome extension, like language learning with Netflix. And essentially what this allows them to do here, the video is not working, the demo video is not working, but you get the show and you get the subtitles. You can hover over the subtitles and you get a pop-up with the translation and some explanations about that word, and that's basically it. And let me show you instead what you're going to get at the end of this video. Essentially, we're going to be creating flashcards using Anki. I'm going to show you exactly how to install everything that you need and all of the setup, of course. But we're going to create flashcards, and every scene that you find interesting in your show, in your anime, is going to become a flashcard. You're going to have the sentence here, and when I press on show answer, yeah, so it's going to show me the scene here with a screenshot, very high quality screenshot, as well as the audio that you can replay, and the Japanese sentence here with the translation in whatever your native language is. Here I've chosen French, but it doesn't need to be French, of course. It could just be English. And the reason why this is so much more effective than actually using just, hovering over the subtitles is because Anki is a flashcard application that uses graduated interval recall, which is also called spaced repetition. It's essentially a smart way of scheduling your study sessions and your flashcards to make sure that actually you remember all of the vocabulary and all of the phrases that you put into Anki in the long term. So the key thing to remember here is long-term retention. Memory is, specifically vocabulary is, according to Dr. Paul Pimsler, it is the biggest challenge in language learning. And when you're learning Japanese, I mean, I'm sure you've come across this issue. You need to know at least 5,000 words, the 5,000 most common words in Japanese, if you want to have any chance of having good conversations with Japanese speakers. And Anki, this combination of Netflix and Anki, is going to allow you to do that. Alright, so I'm on my computer now, and this is not actually the only thing that we're going to do. We're not just going to do flashcards. I'm also going to show you how you can go to Netflix, and using an episode or a whole series, you will actually be able to export an audio version of all of those episodes, and as an MP3 that you can put then on your smartphone, for example, and you can listen to it when you're driving, or when you're in traffic, or when you're working out. And essentially that audio is going to be condensed, so you get only the the Japanese part, and not like all the music and stuff. And so it's like you're doing essentially like a sort of virtual immersion, and so you're you're increasing the number of hours that you spend listening to the language, which has a huge impact on the way that you on your listening. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to set this up. So first of all, you need to install a Chrome extension. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video. You can get a 7-day free trial, and then after that it's actually pretty inexpensive. It's going to be $5 a month, at least that's what I'm paying. It's called Migaku, or Migaku, and so you can check out the link in the description, create a free account on the migaku.io website, and then I'm going to show you the rest. So once you've created a free account, you need to download the Chrome extension, and I have it here, so you can just look for Chrome extension Migaku, and it's going to lead you to this page, Immerse with Migaku beta. So if you're a little bit worried to hear about beta, don't be. I mean, I guess there are some bugs, but I haven't encountered a lot of them. It's not really a polished application, that's for sure, but it works pretty well for our purposes. So here, beta, nothing to worry about. Just install it, and then the extension is going to appear here in your extension bar. I have a bunch of them, but this is Migaku. And if you want to have it pinned here, you can click here if you didn't know, and look for Migaku, and you can pin it. Here I can unpin it and pin it. There you go. So I have it here, and now I'm not completely ready to actually create flashcards and do my stuff with Netflix. I'm just going to go to Netflix and show you. So I'm now that you have it installed, you should have this this pop-up here. Not this pop-up, but this little icon on the left. If you don't have it, then just reload the page by clicking here, and I'm going to click on it, and it's going to display a bunch of stuff. Now if it doesn't display a bunch of stuff exactly like my little pop-up here, you need to actually click on the pop-up on the extension icon, and it's going to probably tell you to log in. So you need to use the login and password that you created earlier in this video when you click on the link in the description of this video to get a 7-day free trial. So click here, login, password, and it's yeah, this is something that I'm not going to show in this video, but essentially you're going to get redirected to a page which is not exactly this one, but it's going to tell you to set up the languages that you want to learn. Click on Japanese, click on default setup, and you should, it takes a little bit of time, maybe in 5-10 minutes. It's going to do a bunch of setting up in your browser, and then you can just come back to this video. It's just accept the default settings and everything is going to be fine. Okay, so once you've done that, you can go to Netflix here and just reload the page, and you should see this thing here, the sidebar on the right. You probably will not have it, but you will have this, and you can click it and choose the target language, the language that you want to learn. So I'm going by the way, this is all, the language names are all in English and in French, because I guess my browser is in French, and that's why that's the way it is. But you're gonna get it in English if you're in English. So anglais, anglais français, chinois simplifié, chinois traditionnel, anglais. So I'm going to choose Japanese, CC. That's the language that I am learning. Now here you choose your native language, and here I'm going to choose French. I could choose English as well, but do whatever you want. It's there are two versions of English. Be very careful here. There is normal English, anglais, and then there is anglais CC, English CC closed caption. I found that actually just normal, just English is better, so choose this one, CC. Generally they sort of modified the subtitles to I don't know, just use the normal version of English to be honest, and everything's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna choose English here and click on browser, and it should display that browser on the right side. So as you can see, it's going to pop back up, and we're almost ready, but we're not quite ready. As a matter of fact, I kind of lied, but sorry to disappoint you. There's some extra setup that we need to do. So I'm gonna go on my computer, and if you don't have Anki installed, you're going to need to install it, and I'm going to show you very quickly how to do this, because this is really easy. So I'm gonna go here on my computer. I'm going to type Anki, and I think my internet connection is not very good right now, so I'm just going to pause. Alright, sorry about that. My connection was not very stable. Now it's back. And so I typed Anki into Google, and you can just go to the first link, click on download, and if I didn't have Anki installed, I would just get the latest whichever version. Actually, it's fine. I would just get the first one for Windows. It's gonna, if you're on Mac, then just go here, download, depending on your version of Mac OS, and for Linux, it's here. It's a little bit more complicated to set up, but essentially there you go. That's how you set up Anki. You're just going to go through the default installation, just accept all of the defaults. Now, once you're done with Anki, all you need to do is install the Migaku Anki add-on, and I have it here. So essentially the way you look for it is you just type Migaku Anki add-on. It's going to suggest me a bunch of websites, but you need to choose Anki Web. Alright, so I have the results. I'm going to click on the first link, and it's going to lead me to this page, and I'm going to scroll down and here I'm going to get a number. I'm going to copy it, go in Anki, and I'm going to click on Tools, Add-ons, and as you can see, I already have it installed, so I'm not going to go through the whole installation. But the way you would do this if you didn't have it installed is click on Get Add-ons and paste the code here and click OK. I'm not going to do it. I already have it installed. And then after that, it's actually going to take, I think it was like 2 to 3 minutes to download some stuff, and then it's going to tell you to restart. So just restart Anki, just close it and open it again, and then it's going to actually display a pop-up saying welcome to Migaku, to Anki with Migaku or something like that. And just accept the default settings and everything should be fine. You should have detailed instructions if you want to read them, but if you go through the default settings, everything should be fine. Alright, so now that I have Migaku with the Migaku extension set up in Anki, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a deck, and I already have it here, but I would do it this way. Let me just create the second deck. My second deck, Netflix. Okay, my second deck, Netflix. I don't have anything in this deck. This deck does not have any flashcards, so I'm going to go to Netflix, and now I'm going to reload the page using this button because I have created a deck in Anki and it hasn't. My Netflix doesn't know about this, so just for good measure, I'm going to reload. Okay. Alright, so now I'm on Netflix. I'm going to click on the extension on the left. Again, here choose the right target language. I'm going to choose Japanese, and then English, or you know what, I'm going to choose French. And now I'm going to click on browser to get the sidebar here, and the browser is it's essentially just a sidebar which is going to get scrolled down automatically as you go through the episode. And now if I want to create a flashcard from the sentence that is here, then I can just click on this button here. I'm going to click on it. It's going to record. Okay, it's going to record the Netflix here. Just that particular sentence, and then what is going to happen is probably the first time that you actually go through this process, it's not going to display any information here, and you're probably going to think, well, it didn't work. But actually, what you need to do is choose the right note type. So if you're learning Japanese, choose Migaku Japanese. So I already have it selected, Migaku Japanese, and you need to choose the right deck as well. It's like the destination deck, so I'm gonna go to my second Netflix and my second deck Netflix. Okay, so if you don't have any information because you haven't selected the note type yet, because this is your first flashcard, you just need to close this pop-up and just reload Netflix and go through the same process again. I know it's tedious, but it's just the initial setup. Everything is going to be much smoother once this is set up. So there you go. Now we have Migaku Japanese, and I have the sentence here. I can just click on create card, and it's going to create the card in Anki. It's going to be synced up with my Anki. I don't know, is it done? Oh no, okay, it's creating the card. There you go. The next time actually you can just click on add cards automatically if you don't want to have to click on this, but whatever whatever you want to do. And now I'm going to go to Anki, to my deck, my second deck, Netflix, and I'm going to click on custom study, and I'm going to study one card, and I wonder what this card is. Okay, study now, and as you can see, we have the sentence in Japanese here, and it's giving us some pronunciation information. I think there is a way to, if you want to disable this, if you don't think that you need this, then I guess you can do this. I'm not going to go through this in this video, but you can just take a look at the Migaku tutorials or documentation. But you have the sentence, and you need to understand what it is in English. And when you click show answer,
加藤先輩いつまでも俺のこと新人扱いしやがって。
there you go. It's actually, it gives you the screenshot with the audio, and you have the sentence in Japanese and the translation in your native language. Kato s'en prend à moi comme si j'étais encore un bleu. And so that's the right translation. It all comes from Netflix. And essentially, that's pretty much it. There you go. We've created a flashcard with Netflix. It was really easy. Well, the setup was a bit tedious, but this whole thing is, sure, it's like super worth it. It's a very good time investment, and you're only going to pay $5 a month. And there's a 7-day free trial. I think I've mentioned that a bunch of times, but you can click on the link in the description. So now the second thing that I want to show you, and this is going to be very short because we've already done all the setup. I'm going to go back to Netflix, and here I can actually export the audio from that episode and all of the subsequent episodes as well, so that I can put that audio on my smartphone, and essentially when I'm driving, when I'm cleaning, when I'm working out, I can just listen to it again and again. And that, in conjunction with the flashcards, is going to be really great because I'm just increasing the number of hours that I spend listening to Japanese, increasing my listening comprehension and my vocabulary. So this is really great. So I'm just going to use, again, the Migaku toolbar here, and in the export options, I'm going to just choose condense audio. And that's basically it. I'm going to click on confirm. It's gonna show me an alert, and it tells me, do you want to create the condensed audio files? I'm gonna click OK, and then the second alert is going to tell me, hey, look, do you want to create audio for this episode only or for the whole series? And I guess you could do the whole series. I mean, that's a very time-effective way to do this. So I'm gonna click OK. And then it's going to take a bunch of time. It's going to play the drama here, or the anime or whatever you're watching. I'm not gonna play it here for copyright reasons, but there you go. You get a bunch of audio. You just let it play, and it's going to give you the audio. So that's basically it for this video on learning Japanese with Netflix. I hope that you liked this video. Leave a like if you did, and leave me comments in the comment section to tell me if you have some suggestions or some questions about how to do this. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video.